Capacitors are extremely important to modern electronics. The thing is, for a future video idea, I need some that can handle dozens of thousands of volts, and most of them that you can buy literally everywhere only are able to handle a few dozen volts. Now the thing is, I'm gonna have to build them myself, but how? This is a Leyden jar. It's basically a jar, and I drilled a nail in the top of it. Now how does this work? Basically a capacitor works. It has like two foils or whatever. Well, they have to conduct electricity very as close to as possible to each other. Now between them there has to be a thin insulator. And now what happens if you have different charge on both of these plates or foil or whatever, then an electric field gets created, which then kind of saves the energy. And this is how the capacitors work. There's two sheets, and then they just kind of save the electricity, so that you can use them later. The thing is, they don't store a lot of charge, not like a battery, but you can recharge them, and do that extremely quickly. So now how this works is, I have a jar here, and I filled the inside and the outside with aluminum foil. Obviously I didn't pack the inside full of aluminum foil, just the inside surface, if you know what I mean. Then I also did the same with the outside surface. Now in theory, I also put a lot of insulation tape here, so the charge doesn't just fly off. Because, well, what I did is, I thought the paint would insulate it, but obviously I drilled a hole through the paint, and now the nail touches it. But anyway, how I'm gonna give this charge is with socks and a PVC pipe. The thing is, when I rub this on there, can you hear it? Anyway, it makes the pipe kind of negative. And now I'm gonna rub it, not quite rub it, just make it hover above the nail. And just give it a charge like that. I'm gonna do that 20 times or so. By the way, the reason I didn't upload in a while is because I was sick, and I still kind of am. Okay, I didn't count, but I guess that's around 20. Okay, the outside is not charged, which has happened to me. Wait, I'm gonna explain later why there's like a wire here. A little bit. So the reason the wire is actually here is because the outside has to be grounded. Why? Because when I charge the inside negatively, obviously there's electrons in the outside too. The electrons on the inside and outside, they repel each other, which means that if I were to like touch it with a PVC pipe, or not even touch it, the electrons inside may just go back out, because there's just too much repelling, I guess, between the electrons in and outside. Which means if the outside is grounded, then when the electrons come in there, the electrons on the outer part just go into ground. I used a kind of Faraday cage within a house as ground, which works pretty well. And now I'm gonna do it even more times. By the way, if you forget the grounding connection and you touch the outer part, you might get a little shock, because then the electrons on the outside go through your body into the ground. Okay, I still don't really know if touching the nail is bad when I do it with the PVC pipe, but I have experienced that it becomes a little weaker when I touch it. I'm not quite sure if it's true. Write it down in the comments, please, if you know a lot about it. Now, the way I did it now is I put the sock on here always, so I don't have to do it like this to risk like touching it or being real far away. So weak! Maybe the grounding isn't connected properly anymore. Let's go look outside. Yes, I found it. The wire is only now connected to these rocks and not to where I want it to connect, which is here. This is a perfect like Faraday connection to the, Faraday cage to the ground, which is a pretty good grounding thing. So let's try again. Now the ground connection should be pretty ideal, I guess. Okay, I got about 20 times. Yeah, okay, that actually kind of hurt. Yeah, that was pretty cool. The thing is, as I told you, I need this thing to handle a few dozen of thousands of volts. Why? Well, obviously I'll be dealing with high voltage, which is really cool. Now the thing is, why is this thing able to handle so much voltage when like a little capacitor isn't? Well, a little capacitor has only an extremely thin sheet of insulation between the sheets of like aluminum or whatever they use, ceramic or whatever. The thing is, but this jar has a pretty thick glass insulation between it actually, which makes it a really good insulator because glass does not conduct electricity well. I'm gonna do it another time now, but this time with, I wanna say 50 strokes, but I'm not quite sure if I wanna wait that long. Let's do it. 50 times. Right. I lost track. By the way, the socks I'm using are made of polyester. Really healthy, I know. Aw, come on! That's discharged, I think. It's not ideal. Did it about 30 times. Ah! What a waste of time. Let's see. Yeah, no, nothing. I don't know if I'm touching the aluminum foil inside. I think I just got a shock from the outside. That shouldn't happen. Again? What the hell? The connection, it would be weird if the connection wasn't connected, I guess. Now I lost track again. I'm gonna just say I'm at 15. Just always need to touch the outside. Ah! God damn, that's really, really shocking. Sorry. Why the hell is the outside more shocking than the inside? Now let's touch the inside to see if anything happened. Oh, okay, yeah, something did happen. I'm gonna see if the grounding connection is still connected. Yeah, it turns out the Faraday connection works, sometimes it doesn't. So I just stick it into the ground now and put a lot of water on it for lower resistance. And let's try it now, I guess. I will touch the outside a few times to see if it shocks me. If it does, the connection is horrible, and if it doesn't, it's okay. So let's try. 4 strokes, let's see, please don't. It shocked me, but only a little bit. Way less than, way less than the shock I got before. Okay, let's touch it. It hurt so much more. Oh shit. The wire is destroying the outside. Look at it, it's like ripping in there. It's not good. Oh, what the hell? Why do all of my creations hate me? I've made a lot of improvements to my setup. First, I've made this little aluminum ball in which I've spent way too much time. There's little foil sticking out there, which is really bad and annoying because it looks ugly. Oh no, I just made it way worse. Wait, it's okay. And what I did was, instead of taking my shitty setup with the just throwing literally a wire outside, I actually took the grounding connection of this bad boy. I set the voltage to 2, right now it's at its lowest of 0.01 volts. It may go down even more, I don't know, it isn't really important anyway, because, oops, it's not connected to any voltage source anyway. Well, I mean, just a grounding connection is active, I guess. Now, let's charge it up and see again if this works the outside. Okay, 10 times. Let's see if the outer surface shocks me, and it shouldn't. Yes, it did not shock me, in fact. Now after done this 10 times, I'm gonna do it, let's say another 10 times, and then I'm gonna see what happens when I touch the ball. Okay, another test on the outside. Why did I get shocked? Meh, it was just a small shock anyway. It hurt more than the other ones, weirdly. Now let's test it out. It was so small. Why this has happened to me? Why do bad things happen to good people? Gonna try again. I again got shocked by the outside. That was just as big. The shock when I touched there and the shock when I touched there are just as big. What the fuck? Oh! Worked! Okay, I have to rub the PVC pipe on the aluminum ball. Something went into my nose. Hey, I'm back. Let me tell you something, this is quite the workout. I don't remember how many strokes I had. Yeah, I'm just gonna do another 20. Okay, that was 25 now. Yes! It's working! Finally. And then make something like 50 strokes. Hey, so now I'm in about 60 strokes, which is already pretty much, but something weird always happens. Let me just show you. Now I charged up 10 times, and when I touch the screw, like here, why didn't I get shocked? I always got shocked. Let's touch it. Really? That was it? Okay, I'm gonna do it again. This is so exhausting. My shoulder hurts so much. I think I'm at 40 now. Okay, it hurt more. Again, I got shocked from here. I also measured the capacitance of the Leyden jar, and it came out to about 0.8 nanofarads, which is, when comparing to other capacitors, yeah, not too much, but pretty actually average for other Leyden jars people have made at home. So to conclude, Leyden jars are a simple and fun little science experiment that causes a huge bit of frustration because of the goddamn grounding. But yeah, subscribe if you don't want to miss my other projects.